perfect with Purdue Extension in Dearborn County. Let's talk about what to grow on your indoor aeroponic garden system. My favorite plant to grow on my aeroponic garden systems is butter crunch lettuce. It is so crisp, so delicious. It grows fabulously well indoors, and I can get a lot of harvest off of a single planting, which I love. So when you plant butter crunch lettuce seeds or any lettuce variety in your Rockwool cubes, in just 6 weeks, you will have a full harvest of a full lettuce plant, which is so amazing. And what's even better is after you cut that whole first harvest off, the plant will regrow and you can re-harvest in a few weeks. And usually you can let it regrow for a third time and harvest again. So 3 full harvests off of just a single planting with just one or a few seeds, which is really incredible. And there's very little wait time compared to some of the other plants that you may grow on your garden system. Another favorite of mine to grow indoors is kale. I love to grow kale for smoothies. And kale takes a little bit longer to really get to a full harvest, so maybe look more like at the 7-week mark or beyond that. With something like kale, the leaves are just going to get bigger and bigger, and so you can let it grow a little longer than you can let lettuce grow. And so with kale, my favorites are things like dino kale or lacinato kale, really robust green leaves, very amazingly delicious in smoothies when you mix it with fruit. And so lettuces and kale grow really well, and kids often love them, especially when they get to build their own lettuce with other vegetables cut up ready to add to their harvest, or when they get to build their own smoothie, adding in other fruit and things like that to the smoothie, to the blender. Okay, some other things beyond lettuce and kale that I also love to grow is things like bok choy, which is a Chinese cabbage. It's very delicious, especially if you're going to team up with a cafeteria or a cafe. Like if you're working in a school or helping to implement this program in a school where you're going to work with the cafeteria staff to really utilize what you're growing on your aeroponic garden system in the cafeteria food service line, then that really opens up a whole nother spectrum of opportunities, such as, like I was beginning to say, bok choy, amazing in Asian stir-fry dishes, so really pairs nicely with whole grain brown rice and what would normally be put into a stir-fry at lunch. Some other things to think about if you're working with, again, a cafeteria staff or a cafe staff, for example, maybe in a library, are really asking those cafeteria staff members or staff members what kinds of herbs they like to use. And what I found is a favorite is basil. Basil is so delicious in Italian dishes that are often served in school cafeterias. So how cool is that to have fresh basil grown right there at school, thrown into the pot during the lunch prep, and something that all the kids that are having that dish that day can enjoy. A local food grown right there. And then, of course, beyond basil, there's things like oregano, thyme, rosemary that are also favorites for a lot of chefs. In addition to those, you can really look beyond to things like dill and how you may be able to add that into something fun that you may be doing in your classroom. So thanks so much for watching this. I hope this gives you some ideas of some of my favorite, most top recommended plants to grow indoors on your aeroponic gardening system. I can't wait to connect more with you and check out this list that I provided for you. See you next time.